So guys, let's go to page number 31, question number 3, because that particular question is remaining. Okay. 3 sub question 1. Assuming the first statement as P and second as Q, write the following statements in the symbolic form. 1. The sun has set and the moon has risen. Okay. Symbolic form we have to do. So P, let P is equal to the sun has set, Q, moon has risen. Okay. Symbolic form. The logical connective is and, conjunction. Okay. This is the first one. Second, P, Mona likes mathematics. Q, Mona likes physics. Symbolic form. P and Q. Logical connective is and. Third one, P, three is a prime number. Q, three is a perfect square. We are assuming this. P double implication Q, because they have mentioned IFF. IFF is nothing but double implication. Four, P, Kiran drives the car. Oh, sorry. P, Kavita is brilliant. Q, Kavita is brave. Logical connective is and, conjunction. Next one, fifth one, P, Kiran drives the car. Q, Samir will walk. P implication Q, because the logical connective is if then. Okay, now sixth and seventh are a bit tricky. So be very attentive for the sixth and seventh. Sixth one, the necessary condition. Condition means conditional. Okay, for existence of a tangent to the curve of the function is continuity. Now this is a bit mathematical. Okay, so if the function is continuous, we need to reframe this. So remember this example, okay? Commit it to memory. If the function is continuous, then there exists a tangent to the curve of the function. So this things you need to remember. Mark this problem as, put a star over there so that you have to remember this problem very precisely. So P, the function is continuous. Q, there exists a tangent to the curve of the function and is P implication Q, because if P then Q, if P then Q. If P then Q. Sixth, to be brave is the necessary and sufficient condition. Now see, these two problems, the only difference is the previous problem, it was only necessary condition. Here it is mentioned necessary and the sufficient condition. So whenever it is necessary and sufficient, the words necessary and sufficient indicate it is biconditional, double implication. Okay. And only necessary condition or condition is implication. So I'll just reframe that statement for you. One may climb Mount Everest if and only if one is brave. One may climb Mount Everest if and only if one is brave. P. One may climb Mount Everest. Q. One is brave. IFF. If and only if. P double implication Q. P double implication Q. Sorry, by mistake, I just closed the screen. I hope you all have copied that. If you want me to write it again, I just write it. Not a problem. Just let me know. Eighth one, P x cube plus y cube, x plus y the whole cube. IFF, it's clearly mentioned. IFF is given. So we need not think or reframe this. P double implication Q. P double implication Q. Ninth one, P drug is effective. Q, it has side effects. P and Q, because though is and, because though is and. 10, P, while writing P and Q, you should not write P if and then in P and Q. If and then is the logical connective. A real number is not rational. Q, it must be irrational. If P, then Q. Eleven. Now, 11th problem, whenever it is mentioned that it is not true that, the meaning of it is not true that is negation, okay? The meaning of it is not true that is negation. So 11, P, Ram is tall, Q, Ram is handsome. So primarily what they have given P and Q. But then this thing is not true. This thing is not true. So there are two logical connectives. It is not true that is negation and. Okay. Question number 12. Even though it is not cloudy, it is still raining. So P, it is not cloudy. Q, it is not raining. Even though is and. Though, even though, although is and.
Sir, I have a doubt in the 11th one.
Yes, please.
If you put negation, then doesn't the and also turn into or?
Yes. But in
So
that
then,
it is not true that, na? It is for the remaining entire part.
हाँ, okay, ठीक है.
Yes, it is a bit ambiguous because some students might read that it is not true that Ram is tall. So some students can take that as P. Okay.
Yeah, negation P and Q, like that.
Negation. Yes. But then, you should rather remember this one. That's what I feel. Whenever it is not true that given in the problem, so, you know, take it as a
O-
negation of the next entire statement.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Yeah. Next one, 13th one, give it a try. I'll just wait for a minute. Okay, 13th one. Let P be intelligent persons are not polite. Q. Intelligent persons are not helpful, nor is and. In the truth table of nor, it is and. The meaning of nor is and, sorry. Okay, we have already discussed this earlier also. Now, this thing is not true that. So I'll just put a negation over here. Okay. And the 14th one, I leave it up to you for self-study. It's pretty simple. P is the question paper is not easy. Q is we shall not pass. So if P, then Q. Question number 6. The last problem. With this, the maximum part of logic will get over. Only the Venn diagram and algebra of statements, which is difficult in a way to teach online and for you to grasp that I will do it in class. Determine the truth value of the following statements. First one, 4 plus 5 equal to 7 is false. Or, or is the logical connective. 9 minus 2 is equal to 5 is also false. So false or false. Now you people have done truth tables. In the table of or, if both are false, then only the final answer is false. Any doubts? Anyone?
No, sir.
Six sub question 2. 9 is greater than 1 is true. X square minus 2x plus 1 equal to 0. For x is equal to 1 is true. Because 1 square minus 2 into 1 plus 1. Let us check what is the answer. This is 2 plus 2 minus 2, which is 0. This is right. The logical connective is implication, if then. Now in the implication table only TF is F. Whenever it is T and implication F, it is F. Otherwise, it is true. Third one, x plus y equal to 0 is equation of a straight line. This is true When I say in regression also we have taught ax plus by plus c equal to 0 or equal to c. This is a line. The powers of x and y are 1. Whenever the powers of x and y are 1, it's a line. So here also it's a line. Okay. Y square is equal to 4x is equation of a parabola. This is true. For now, you don't know what is this. Okay. And we will address this in the chapter of application of definite integrals. There is a very small chapter, application of definite integrals. So there we will be doing this. For now, you just understand that it is true. The logical connective is if and only if. Now in the table of if and only if, TT is T and FF is also T. TT is T and FF is also T. So this is TT. Question number 4, mark it important. Important or other, it is a bit different. This is false. This is also false. False or false. Okay. Now they are saying false or false, but then there is one thing mentioned over there. It is not true that. So we'll just put a negation sign over here. Now false or false is false and negation of false is true. The final answer is true. Final answer is true. See, whenever they are mentioning it is not true that, it means it is negation of the rest of the entire statement. The rest of the entire statement. Chalo, thank you.